Hello YouTube, this is Adara, also known as Canius, signing on after a very long time. I do apologize that I haven't been on as much as I really want to be. I know I want to build more, I want to do more tutorials, I want to just do all the things. All of them! But unfortunately I can't. I am currently, sadly, unemployed, so no money equals no fun projects. And no money also means no Phoenix Comic Con! No! That's right. I won't be going to 2014 Phoenix Comic Con of this year. But that means I get a head start on next year's Phoenix Comic Con. Yes! I'm already in the process of planning. I'm about to start building. What does that entail? Well, me, my sister, and 3 of our friends are going to pull some shenanigans of epic proportion! But yeah, we're all going to dress up as Solitude guards. Unfortunately, I know not everybody prefers Solitude. Some people might go for Windhelm, or Whiterun, or Riften, but like I said, there's 5 of us, and that's what we all voted for. So, because we all picked our 3 favorites, and Solitude was the one picked the most. So yeah, we're all gonna be wearing red with the wolf on our shields. It'll be awesome, epic. But yeah, so let's hop to it. I'm going to switch from the camera to some computer recording devices, so audio may change, audio will change, and I'll show you what we're going to be starting off with.
So with my Mass Effect armor, I get asked a lot on where I found the blueprints to make it. Truth is, I never found any blueprints to actually make any bits of my armor. I always used examples from other people and screenshots. So, with certain other pieces, like this helmet that I'm about to build, I actually have to make blueprints, and like I did with my chest piece for my Mass Effect armor. And how I did that is fairly simple. So, it all starts with a picture of the portion of my body that I'm going to build it to with a ruler layer, and then I import screenshots of whatever it is I'm building. In this case, of course, the Skyrim helmet, and I put it over my face, and I adjusted the screenshot so it would fit my head. Yeah. So after all of the adjusting I do to this screenshot that I have, I trace over it. So, yes, there's probably a lot less painful ways to go about doing this. Yes, there's probably a hell of a lot easier ways to go about doing this. But I actually rather draw these out myself for a few reasons. One, I'm too lazy to take these to Kinko's and print them out. 2, I'm too poor to take these Kinko's and have them print out these pictures of the guard helmet. So yeah, this is how I pretty much make my blueprints. I make them myself. Anyway, enough about that. I know I talk a lot, so let's cut it down as much as I can and get back to building.
Alright, I really miss my workshop, guys, because I really hate working outside. But anyway, T-section's done. I have the hot glue going so I can glue just the one end. I'm not going to glue these ends together because they're going to be slightly ajar from each other. Alright, next bit. Okay. Right, so the 2 T-pieces are completed with their little front pieces, and they're glued in the back. And now I'm going to work on the bit that is going to cover the seam up and will cover the front up. Okay, now I've attached the front part, basically. I'm going to put some fun foam here to make the other indentation that goes there as well. Waiting for the hot glue on this side to dry, and I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. And then that will be all I have for today, because I am quickly losing light. But so far it looks like a crown more than a helmet. We'll see the final product soon. And good morning! Day 2 of the Skyrim building helmet. This is what I got done yesterday. But this is what I have so far. I done goofed at one point, and made that straight when it's clearly supposed to be at this end right here. So this is roughly what it'll look like, but one thing I do need to change is I need to change this. It's too tall for one, so I have to bring it down just a little bit, but that's why I made this, you know, taller than it really should be, because it's easier to cut stuff off than it is to add stuff on. So that's what I'm going to be doing today first, but before I actually glue it back together into that little dome, I'm going to actually cut this off and remake that bit and then glue that back on. So let's get that done. Okay, quickly before the landscapers come back, I meant to record earlier, but they were leaf blowing near my patio. So here are the earpieces. They're all made out of one piece of foam, and what I did again, I cut out this little dog ear bit that is according to the blueprint that I quickly drew off the blueprint that I drew in Photoshop. I know, I make this look a lot harder than it really is. And then next I'm going to glue them again, just so they're raised. As for the helmet, I re-glued it to the proper size that will fit my head properly, and and I fixed the back, so that looks a lot nicer. Alright. Ear piercings are now attached. This is starting to look more and more like a Skyrim helmet. Now I really wish I did have the money to go to Kinko's and print out my blueprints, because now I have to hand draw a face guard and then transfer that onto foam, only because that is going to be a hard part to do freehand and get it right on the first try. Alright, now the landscapers are finally gone, I can start recording again. The faceplate is all done. What I had to do was first I drew a small little template of what it would look like from the front, just to get how tall it should be. I did know that this part here where the eye goes actually stretched all the way back to the ear flap. So since I knew that, I was able to figure out what I needed to do. And of course I cut all of this out of one piece of foam, and then I made indentation, cut it out, glued it back in, indentation, cut it out, glued it back in. I do this because one, it's a really neat effect, and two, it saves me on foam. Yes. And when I cut out the eye holes, I originally cut out this entire thing. Then I cut the eye hole out of this part that I cut out. Without gluing it back in, I kind of shoved it back into where I wanted it, into this part of the eye. Test fitted it just to make sure the eye socket is where it needs to be. It is, it fits, I can see out of it just fine, no problems. Now I'm just going to work on the fine detailing, similar to what I did with the ear flaps. I'm just going to take my hot knife and do the little indentations on the face guard, and that will be all for today. So, day 2, the helmet now looks like an actual helmet, not just a crown and something silly that I wear on my head. I will see you guys tomorrow for the finishing touches on the helmet, which will entitle some small pieces that go near the ear flaps, all of the little buttons, or the rivets I guess would be the appropriate term, and the actual parts that actually cover the giant holes in the actual helmet. So, till then, this is Adara, also known as Kanius on DeviantArt, signing off. I'll see you all later.